It is the most wonderful time of the year for flat tires and bent rims. Well, we are entering pothole season in Massachusetts, and while drivers do their best to dodge them on the roads, never easy. Nope. 25 Investigates found cities and towns actually dodging damage claims.
Yeah, 25 Investigates' Ted Daniel explains the obstacles that stand between you and a pothole payday.
Potholes cost Massachusetts drivers an average of about $300 a year, according to AAA. That's real money. Most cities and towns have a clearly defined process for submitting pothole damage claims. But 25 Investigates found the claims rarely go anywhere, thanks to a decades-old law that makes it nearly impossible to get paid.
There's a lot to like about where we live, minus the roads. Multiple reports rank Massachusetts as one of the worst states to drive in part due to road conditions.
All of a sudden, this loud noise, like an explosion, almost like underneath my car, happened.
Carol McCarthy-Lavoie from Chelmsford says she hit a pothole last spring while driving on Route 110 in Lowell.
And I was like, oh my God, my car, the tire was completely flat, like right to the rim.
There's the flat, and this picture shows the pothole. Carol says she tried to report it to the Lowell Department of Public Works, but nobody returned her call. After getting her tire fixed, she submitted the $269 bill to the Lowell City Hall for reimbursement. She says it took nearly 6 months to hear back. Claim denied.
It's very frustrating. I was told every time I called that the lawyer that was handling my case was in a meeting. Every single time he was in a meeting.
Carol says the city cited a decades-old state law that says municipalities need to have prior knowledge of a pothole or defect in the road and time to fix it.
Are people surprised when they find out what the reality of this is?
People are very surprised. You'd think that the law would be a little more supportive of people who suffer damage to their cars because we can't maintain our roads.
David White is a personal injury attorney based in Boston. He says pothole damage claims are a waste of time for most lawyers because they're so difficult to win. Plus, there's a cap on damages. $5,000 is the most you'll get.
The city can say you were 1% negligent yourself, and that's an absolute defense to the case.
And they'll win?
They'll win. They win, and then they win.
25 Investigates obtained nearly 4 years of pothole damage claim data from 3 Massachusetts communities. In Lowell, 44 people submitted claims and only 1 got paid. Plymouth paid on 2 of the 23 claims it received. Worcester appears to be a tad more generous. The city approved 26 of 274 claims.
And obviously the goal is to get the potholes filled.
David Moore is the attorney for Worcester. He says the formula Worcester uses to evaluate pothole claims is pretty simple.
If you file a claim on a pothole, we'll check that log and see was it reported in previously. And if it was and we didn't fix it, then we're going to be liable for that.
We tried to speak to the Lowell city manager about Carol's claim. When our email wasn't returned, we showed up to a city council meeting. We were told by a representative for the city manager that they would grant us an on-camera interview the following day after looking into the case. That never happened. Instead, they sent a statement, which essentially says if the city doesn't respond to a claim within 6 months, you can assume it's denied. Carol McCarthy-Lavoie says she now understands the law. What she may never understand is why the process felt so difficult.
Especially if it's more money and it's for a person who's less fortunate than me, I feel that that should be fixed.
More from Lowell. In a statement, a spokesperson tells us the law department attempts to process claims in a timely manner, and the city is working to communicate decisions quicker. Bottom line here, cities and towns typically win these cases, but it never hurts to try. Claims must be filed within 30 days from when the damage occurred, and don't be afraid to be persistent. For 25 Investigates, I'm Ted Daniel.